Hello folks, Papa Top 912. This is our first official day camping in the woods. We're up in the North Georgia mountains. We're on a national forest campground. It has a lake for electric only boats. You can see we got the boat here with us. Right now, you can see all of the doors on the truck are open as we're trying to dry everything out. The rain came down on us pretty good right when we started pitching camp, so a lot of the gear got wet. We got soaked, but it didn't matter. We got everything set up and we're now off and running. So I'll show you what we got going on right now. I'm using just 12-volt power. There's my power inverter. I'm just hooked up to the batteries on the boat. I got 5 batteries on the boat, so that's plenty enough for a weekend of fishing and camping out. And I'm only using that for, low voltage stuff, things like the air pump to pump the mattress, charge up the batteries for the water heater, charge up our phone and tablet, things like that. So I got that running down to extension cord that's running down into the cabin, and I had to take that off yesterday because it was raining. That's not water resistant, so we didn't have any power after we got the mattress charged up, pumped up. I just put a trash bag over it while I did that. So here's our kitchen area. The kitchen area is fully equipped to survive out in the woods. That is the Camp Chef 2-burner stove with the oven. That thing is a winner. We tested it out last weekend cooking on it. You can use both burners on top and the oven simultaneously, and it's still cool to the touch when you try to move it around. So that has been a winner for us. And here is our light hooked up to the propane tank. That's a 20-pound propane tank right there with the propane tree on there. That way I don't have to carry a lot of the little 1 pound propane bottles. I just hook everything up to this tree, and then I can just power everything on that. I can let that light go and go and go while I'm running the stove and running that water heater. And here is the Bass Pro Shops Deluxe kitchen. I do have 2, you can see that side and that side. 2 of the tables are down right now. Because of the rain, I had to turn everything shortways inside of the tent, and I didn't want them to get wet and need room to walk around, so I just laid those down. But that's a prep table that she's touching on right there, and then the other side is a grate that I put my grill on. Down on the bottom, there's our pots and pans. Everything is non-stick, because when you're out here in the woods, you don't really want to be trying to scrub dirty pots. Just those pots are really good non-stick pots. You just rinse them, wipe them, and they're clean. And we also have a little toast maker right there, along with our potable water. That's a 5-gallon bottle of potable water. We can clean with that or drink with that. So we got our spice rack, just the very essential spices. But
can we tell them the spices?
Sure, go ahead.
And these are our spices: Italian seasoning, garlic powder, a sea salt,
Cajun
seasoning, and ground black pepper, and ground paprika, and last but not least, onion powder.
Okay. Another thing I do like about this setup is it does have the spice rack there, but it also has a hanging rack for all your utensils and a paper towel holder, and that's the sink there. I just keep the knives down in the sink, keep them out of the way so that she doesn't accidentally touch them trying to reach for something else. Moving on around, that is the Charbroil Grill to Go X200. That is also a winner in my book when it comes to cooking outside. It's an infrared grill, And buddy, it gets hot and it cooks well. We cooked on it last night. And, when you turn that heat up, that grate down in there will glow fire red. So this actually goes on that end table, the metal table right there that I got laying down when we have everything set up fully. And there's just a couple cooking utensils, some marshmallow forks and the grill cleaner, some tongs and things like that. And we're moving on around to, this is our portable hot water heater. It's the Base Camp Aqua Cube made by Mr. Heater. And the reason I like this unit is because it has the, trying to find it here, it has the shower head, adjustable shower head, and it also has a water spigot for if you just want some hot water. Say you want to make some hot cocoa or a cup of coffee, you can just roll that out and fill it up, and everything's automatic. You turn it on and the pump starts pumping. You see a lot of people will put these in, just stick these in a 5-gallon bucket, or you know, put a container that's a little bit larger because they can't find the bottle to fit that fitting right there. So they'll just find something that's open enough. This is a submersible pump. You can just drop that pump into a bucket of water and it'll pump. However, I use these 5-gallon containers because I like closed and sealed units. That way this is actually potable. I can drink out of it, drink that water right there once we heat it up. If I had it open to the environment, I would not want to drink that. And there's just a little bit of hand soap for when we wash our hands when we come out of the bathroom. So, oh, and that 5-gallon jug is the Coleman portable 5-gallon collapsible jug. The Coleman is the only one that I found that would fit that fitting for the Mr. Heater Aqua Cube Base Camp. You also see back behind there, got my fire extinguisher, some paper plates. You got to keep a fire extinguisher. You out here in the woods, if something goes up, you want to be able to put it out really quick before it takes off and you start a forest fire or something like that. So this is the outdoor utility room. It's the shower / bathroom. So I can get around here. And then that's our tent. That's one of the Insta tents. It's a Coleman Insta cabin. It goes up and they say a minute, but it takes about 5 minutes to get it all set up, get it set up properly, get the tarp under it. You can see my tarp is kind of coming out a little bit. I want to go ahead and shove that back up under there. I was just doing the best I could to get everything up as fast as I can with the rain coming down on us last night. So, but I love this tent because it's like 2 rooms in one. So back to the utility shower. It's fully enclosed. It's got lots of storage room in there. So we got our hand soaps, paper towels, all of that's in sealed up Ziploc bags. There's another storage unit for our toothpaste and deodorant, and then this is where the bar soap and then your wash rags and everything go. So everything's sealed up so it doesn't get wet when you're taking a shower or if it rains inside the enclosure. But then when you're not using it for a shower, we use this as a outdoor utility restroom as well. Got that bottle of kitty litter there. That's the lightweight kitty litter, so it's light enough for my daughter to pick it up and when she needs to refresh the toilet. And what we do, that's a I forgot what the name of that toilet was, but you can get it at Walmart or order it offline. The luggable loo, but I already had a 5-gallon bucket, so I just bought the top and put it on the 5-gallon bucket. And what we do is, you can see there's a black liner, then there's a white liner. I put the black liner in the bucket, and then I snap the lid down on top of it. And then after I snap the lid down, I put that white bag on top of the actual seat. And then I put some kitty litter in there. Just a little bit, you don't need a lot. That way, once you use it, you just take the white bag, draw up the drawstrings, tie it in a knot, and then push it down into the bucket. And then you get another white bag and put it on top of it, wrap it over the seat, and put some kitty litter in it. So now it's ready for the next person whenever they come in there. It's a great little system. I find it very important being out here in the woods. Not for me being a man, because I can go down to the shower or, do whatever I need to do down at the restroom. But when I take my daughter with me, I don't want her walking through the campsite alone. And so I got everything right here at our fingertips for her to be comfortable. And also, when my wife comes as well, she wants to be able to not have to walk down to there and use those showers and everything else. We have everything we need right here. Hot water, potable toilets, everything we need. So here's our tent. Using one of our towels as a doormat today because it was coming down hard, so the floor got wet and coming in and out. So here's our little kind of resting staging area. We got 2 chairs. That's my chair. There's our eating table. We got the Mr. Buddy heater over there. That's the big buddy with the 2 burners and the fan. And if it gets a little nippy at night, we just sit that up on this table right in the center of the cabin. And then the cabin has an open roof. You can see it has a mesh roof, and then it's got the rain fly on top of it. So it's got 360-degree ventilation all the way around it. But I still open up a couple of these windows. If you just open them like that, open up a couple of those windows just to make sure we get proper ventilation going through whenever we're running that heater. So today our chairs are doubling. That's her little chair, and there's a trash can. When you're out there, you want to make sure you contain all of your trash and put it all in the trash cans, and then pack it up and put it in an enclosed environment. I just keep the trash inside of the truck until I can go to the dumpster, because you don't want wild animals coming pillaging through the trash at night. You don't want to draw them to you with all of that stuff. And okay, so yeah, like I said, we're using this as a kind of our clothesline inside for the chairs as well. And then this cabin actually has a divider, so you can actually, it's not that great. It doesn't have a zip, or actually it does have a zipper, but it doesn't really seal off because it's open at the top and it's open at the bottom. But if somebody wanted to go back there and take a nap, and you had people, guests or something coming to the front door, they could sleep back there, and we could sit up here in this living area and not disturb anybody back here. So we got a queen size air mattress with the pump built in. And you can see there's the under end of that extension cord right there. We use it to pump up the mattress, and now we're charging up the tablet. And then back here, there's the back door entrance right there. So if something was to happen out the front, you could get out the back of the tent. You wouldn't be trapped in there. And then there's our first aid kit with the alcohol, in case we get any scrapes and bruises, which we did get yesterday trying to maneuver in the rain. So you can see this cabin, it's a 10 by 14, and it's at least 7 foot tall. There's my tent fan right there. I actually need to turn my lights off. I already did it. It's a tent fan with a light. It's got 3 different lights: a high light, a low light, and then an amber light for nighttime. So I can stand up in here. That's one thing I like about this. I can stand up and walk around in here completely, and that makes it really nice for us. So that's that. And then covering the food area is just a screened in enclosure. You can see that I have the doors open on the side right now, but those doors do close and zip, and you can see it has this at the bottom. It's got that tarp material on the bottom as well, so you can pretty much seal it up pretty good to keep a lot of flying insects out when you want to cook or eat or anything. So it's a very nice enclosure, and it protects the interior. It protects the stove and the water heater in the kitchen area. It's mainly what I got it for. It's not for a sunny day like this, but on a rainy day like we had last night, you can see the water on all of the equipment. it comes in handy. When I was trying to cook dinner, I wasn't getting soaked anymore, and I had already got soaked before because I went ahead and took my shower and got refreshed before I started cooking. And only other thing, I got a spare lantern. You can see it sitting there on the post. That's just to kind of light up the side if we want to go eat on that picnic table or use that fire pit over there. That's a spare gas lantern. And then inside of the cabin, we had so we got a flashlight, and then we have a lantern, a battery powered lantern right there as well. We keep that right next to the bed at night, so if we got to get up and go out, we'll know where everything is. It's all within hand's reach, or if we start hearing a noise outside. So there's an overview of our camping situation. Overall, total setup for all of this is just about an hour, going slow. I mean, if you really want to rush it, you can get it up in 30 minutes, but I'll just take my time and try to find, good locations to put everything and get it set up properly and get my orientations right. You can see here that we're on a big incline. So the tent pad is flat, but the whole driveway itself is on the incline. So it took me a minute to figure out where I wanted to set that stuff up, because I tried to set it up over there. Just didn't have a big enough area. So camping like this, you do need a pretty big pad. I would say that this here driveway is probably 50 feet from the tent pad out to the road, because we got a 18-foot vehicle, then another 16-foot on the trailer, 13-foot for the screened in enclosure, then another 14 feet on that cabin. That's a lot of room for a linear setup, but I do like the linear setup best. It works good for us, and we're very happy with our situation out here. Hope this video might help somebody want to get into camping.